Like, I'm quite serious when I say I forgot to add this bit, but probably for the world to marry a superpower, it'd probably take 100 wives. I'd say 100. I'm not saying you just sit around with 100 wives surrounding you, but just in your community, you might love 100 women or marry 100 women as a Christ or a Superman or whatever you want to call it. But because you need a lot of kids. You need all your kids born. I've got all these special kids out there somewhere in the spiritual world wanting to be born, and so with that ratio of sort of myself, 100 wives, and then however many kids, like 500 kids or whatever, um, would probably marry the world properly as a superpower because you wouldn't just treat me as a stranger or whatever. You'd sort of get to know my kids, my wives, myself, and it'd be a bit like Ken and Barbie sort of world. I might look a bit more grown up, a bit bigger, more masculine, or a little bit grey around the edges, but you'd shape up pretty good. That's just the vain sort of physical appearance. But that superpower would be a much happier, more accepted sort of strength that would feel really good. It wouldn't be something you'd notice. It'd just be this sort of good feeling in the world, rather than everyone struggling and accepting this sort of negative, evil energy that sucks people down and kills them. It's more of a positive energy, the magical sort of energy, not evil. It's heavenly feeling which lifts people up and raises them. And I'm not saying people won't die. There'll be people out there who probably might not make the whole journey. They might die along the way or have to be reborn, but they're not ready for that journey to heaven. But it's sort of a uniting of heaven and earth, and probably eventually all the angels will come down from heaven and would have a more beautiful world because they don't want to be here when there's warfare and all these problems. Angels have earned their right to be in heaven and be safe, and same with all the gods and that who live up there and all the other people. I don't think there's any other supermen. Maybe Elvis or someone might be out there somewhere. I'm not sure if he's still within me or out there amongst heaven. I don't really sort of think about what goes on in there, but I just know it exists. So yeah, I don't know. That would be the ideal sort of happy ending for the world, for me to marry 100 women. And like I say, I don't just sit in one room surrounded by 100 women. It's just amongst the community, all doing their own thing, and I just meet each and one, have them as my wives, and have my children with them. So it's not an egotistical thing, but that's just Christ's role to feel, share that power, through my wives. And as long as I'm married to them, I don't mind what they do. If they want to share that with other people, what I share with them. But usually it's through my children marrying other people too and sort of spreading it that way. So, yeah, it's not some virus that's going to affect the world. It's just basically good growth. That's what it is. It's good, strong growth and empowering the world to survive, really, to survive these changes like climate change and all this other stuff that's happening. So it's a natural, positive sort of influence, which could be very, very instrumental in saving the environment, the animal kingdom. I'm very kind to animals, even though I eat a bit of meat. I'm no different than most other animals eat meat. So there are some exceptions, to the rule, but there always is. Some people just don't like it. So I'm not saying I'll always eat meat. It's just what I eat, what I've been offered. Maybe as a Superman you don't eat meat. You just eat certain sort of substances or something. I don't know what, but or maybe you do eat it. I don't know yet, but yeah, it's just something to consider anyway. Just in the back of your mind, I'm just like anyone else, but I'm just growing well, and my body looks like this because I'm not being nurtured and loved. I'm doing that myself. I'm self-nurturing, self-loving. You're never going to look beautiful and perfect, like a perfect specimen of someone who's married and all that. But with 100 wives, I'd be doted after and all that, the love I need, and I deserve that sort of love. I've missed out on all my life. I'm sure there's guys out there who have more than 100 women, in their that they've been with, you know. So to me, it's no big deal, you know. It's just part of my life. I don't like to throw around the word prince or king or anything because people get upset, but I suppose just amongst the people, that's sort of your role, to be a kind of princely person and be a role model. And, you know, whatever I do is up to me, whatever job I choose, you know, or whatever job I can get in the community or wherever I work. So I like doing a bit of different things, you know, like, basically being a good dad. You know, I like being a good dad and a good husband. And I think it's never too late. I could do it at 40. I could have done it at 18. I could have probably started when I was younger, you know, if I'd have found my girlfriend. Yeah, anyway, you know, they're free people. I just like to be married and feel in love and think about someone, not just myself or my dog or my family, but actually my love life. And yeah, I still try and find someone. I'm not sure how to actually go about it these days. It seems very hard, but hard to find the right person, whether they've left the country or I'm not sure where they are. But maybe if they're listening, you know, give us a chance and just give us a wave or say hello. Or I might seem pretty abrupt and a bit sort of out there and a bit outgoing and a bit this and that, but basically I'm quite a shy, reserved person, really, out in the real world out there. You know, not always, probably always be, but I'm very respectful of people's space. I don't tend to break into people's space. I just keep to myself. So if you do see me, you think I'm all right, just say hello or get in a conversation and invite me out for dinner or something, you know, or invite you or whatever. Or I know it's not a dating app, but I just think you got to put yourself out there wherever you can if you really want someone. And I'm slowly working more at my working life, but it's hard when you're single to fit in. It's easier when you're married and you look better and you're being loved and your heart's, you know, expanding and you can invite other people in. You're all welcomed and loved and you look better. Like I look a bit shitty. I look a lot better with a bit of love, a bit of exercise. I look like some of these footy players, wouldn't I? You know, they look pretty hot. Don't know if you can see that, but yeah, a couple of dudes there. So yeah, not far off the mark, but just a little bit tatty, but yeah, you can do that up. I'm not into self-grooming. I like someone to help me do that, but shave your face and that, but you know, other stuff, you know. Help me pick out my clothes. I like someone to help me go shopping and stuff, you know, find things that I like, that know what I like, you know, know what fits me. And of course, you know, I need all my body all feeling nice to fit into the nice clothes, so a bit of exercise, a bit of this and that. But yeah, that's just the reason I think I say, you know, Christ should have 100 wives, because it's just part of propagating that power and loving, having a good solid community and place for my kids to play, feel safe and do their work. You know, they're all great kids, all my kids, and you know, I haven't had them yet, but I feel like I know them already. You know, they've been with me so long, you know, and I'm sure with that bond with my wife, they'll, you know, find that even a greater experience. You know, so yeah, however it all works. I've carried them a long time. My kids worried about them. Where am I going to find a wife? You know, just endless. But the seed's nothing. Carrying your kid though, it's quite a heavy burden. You know, just like to unload a few of them. Yeah, sometimes kids come from the wife. Sometimes they come from the husband in the spirit world. So, you know, if a woman rapes a man and takes off with a child, it usually comes from the woman. So. But if you love someone, it can come from the woman or the man, you know. So mine are great kids, so I'm not saying all of the kids I have will be from me, but probably from my wife as well, depending on the balance we want in our families. But I hope I find someone to start the ball rolling, who understands what I want out of life, and maybe I'm with the one girl for 10 years, you know, before I meet another one and they join the family. Or I'd like to think my wife would accept that, and I'm always accepting if she wants another lover or whatever she wants to do, just as long as she doesn't covet me and she tells me what's going on and keeps me in the loop, you know. Like, anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'll see you later.